And now, somewhere live in Miami, it's Cooking with Rudy. So, first off, most of my friends in Rudy World Experience are into the one-ups. So, if you're one of my subscribers, thank you very much, and you're wondering, what the hell? So, here it is. This is Cooking with Rudy. I believe in just cooking with different things. I'm not a cook, but I pretend to be. Kind of wanted to speed things up and make beef stroganoff today. So, want to see what this turns out like? Here we go. I'm wearing my neutral colors today. Here we go. Okay. So, some of this stuff was interesting. For example, step one, me my potatoes. Now remember, this will be ready about 6 hours from now. I also like, when I actually do tend to cook, and I define cooking as applying heat to what I'm doing today and everything in between. So, what I did is I already chopped up my potatoes, and we're making beef stroganoff with potatoes. There's a great little Russian restaurant here up the road, and it is just amazing. I don't know what they did, how they make their stuff, but we're definitely going to give it a shot. So we're going to waterlog these potatoes here for a little bit. I do have a question, since some of you guys do some awesome critiques for me before I post it on YouTube. Well, and if they don't get to it, if you're on YouTube watching this, please let me know. If you're doing mashed potatoes, are you supposed to, or should I say, yeah, mashed potatoes, should you put it in the crock pot or not? I guess that's the question. Feel free to chime in or let me know. The other thing I tried is something from my neighbor. So, here is my beef sirloin, and I covered it with papaya. I heard papaya actually tenderizes the meat, which was the only complaint from my last time I did the regular beef stroganoff on the stove. I want to see if this thing actually tastes a little bit better. And the crock pot's usually very, very smooth and tender, and that's kind of what we're shooting for today. So, without further ado, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and tenderize this thing for about an hour. Maybe it's 2 hours. And we're going to put our meat up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it into small strips. I don't know why. I always like my stuff kind of small, tiny here. So, small chunks. Now, the other part that's kind of difficult is I'm cooking for one, because I have no wife or a girlfriend. Just kidding. I'm actually thinking that this might win some over. Who knows? Anyway, so I'm cutting up the meat here in small pieces. I bought the packet. It's two good sizes, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do this twice. I cut up about 2 potatoes, three medium-sized potatoes into that. And if you notice a pattern here, this is also the way I do my steak, when I do my steak and potato recipe. And like I said, I'm not a professional cook, never claimed to be. My story was a very long and painful process to get a simple kitchen built. I kind of got burned out on the whole eating out, so okay, we're almost done here. Small little strips. The other thing that was actually kind of interesting is I was looking at how to measure out the butter. So the butter was calling for 1/4 cup of butter. That was kind of hard for me to do, so what I did is I microwaved it in a beaker till I got the right stuff. Let's see, why is this thing being weird? Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm reading this as we go. This is a cooking live. I've never done this before. So on a skillet placed on medium to high heat, place strips of meat. So we're going to heat this sucker up to about 8. And we're gonna dump our strips on here. I think I'm gonna use my tongs to actually manage this. Okay, that's all. Or am I just there with fork? Okay. There is that. And I'm supposed to mix that with onions and garlic. So onions, I have a whole lot of onions. I said one onion, didn't specify size. I've never seen medium, so what I did is I think it was about a 1 3/4 of a large one, I think is what I ended up doing here. Onions here provide a nice flavor. Makes some people cry. It also provides a little bit of water to keep this thing from getting all messed up. So, got that. Mix in my garlic. I measured this out earlier. 3 cloves equals about that much. At least that's what Google says. I'll mix that in there. And what we're looking for now is we're looking to brown this stuff. So we're not really cooking it, we're just kind of sort of browning it. Get rid of my plates here that I don't need. While we're heating stuff, I'll show you some of my cool toys that I love. One, this is given me by the Oman students when I was up in Lake Region State College. And this is perfect because when these potatoes get done, I drain them through this, dump them back, add a little bit of milk, and then I got my cool little basher, and I mash them. So I'm not going to show you that. That's going to be on the finished picture once everything is done. Like I said, we're looking at 5 hours, and I'm definitely not going to keep you on this long. Okay. The other toy that I really like, I'm sure it goes by many names, but it is called, we got it backwards, the Chop Wizard. Now, the Chop Wizard is actually pretty cool. What it is it's got 2 side screens. One is bigger, and it's a really cool little chopper. So I did the mushrooms on the larger one like this, and I did the small one onions with this. And we're heating up. Keep this thing stirring. I think I'm going to grab my bombs if I can find them. They are at the bottom. Another thing you could try to do is you could also use a chopper and totally destroy them. You know, like I can't find it here. Just regular like this, that would work as well, but that's a lot of work. So now we're going for the browning thing. And I see one of my friends that's watching is the one they claim that taught me how to cook, at least a little bit. I think it involved some chicken, if I remember right. Maybe a little severe, mild case of food poisoning. Okay, so we're looking for the onions to kind of get glossy. What we're looking for is we're going to be doing this for about 8 minutes altogether. You notice I did not turn on the potatoes because, like I said, that's going to be done at a later time. I'm just looking for the deal now. The smell is awesome. It's a crappy day out here. It's raining. I know I got nothing to complain about because even my friends in North Florida are actually getting some of the cold front here. So now we're just going to brown this, and I'm going to go over what we're going to be doing next. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to be using the butter to flavor this a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my salt and pepper, which I have right here. Mix it together. That way it gets it nice and stirred. Getting a kind of creamy mess. I did not look at the clock when I actually started, but I know what I'm looking for as far as the browning. So when you first start with the onions, they kind of have a white look. You're kind of going after a glossy, but not the burnt fried look. And I must say, it smells delicious from here. Hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, we hadn't done one of these. I think on the Facebook side, I think we're going to do one of the music nights. We hadn't done that in a while, and my acoustic group hasn't met up here so far yet. We're hoping to bring that back. And then I'll also be posting my project that I did earlier on building a fence. Like I said, Rudy's World is quite the experience. A little bit of arcade stuff, mostly arcade stuff. But a lot of how-tos on different things that I found difficult and worked my way through. Okay, making some progress. And it's hot. Like I said, I'm not saying anything as far as that's concerned. So how's everybody else doing? Yeah, I tried, I used to put the recipes out there and it would sit there and do it like 20 minutes at a time, and that was just kind of long and boring. So, aside from this step right here, where I mix everything in, everything else is kind of there already, so I wanted to kind of speed it up so you get all the stuff that you need. Kind of go from there. The cream cheese, that was a Publix thing. So this thing was 8 ounces. 4 ounces went in here, half of it, roughly half. The sour cream, that was actually pretty easy because the entire thing was 1 cup. If you buy the small container, that's the Daisy sour cream. Now, too bad that we don't have the smell thing on here because, man, it just smells amazing. Again, like I said, we're not cooking, we're nearly kind of browning, which I'm starting to get to over here. So here about another minute or two, I'm going to mix in the other stuff so you guys know what all goes in it. And then we pour everything into the big pot. And we wait. So I'm going to read over this real quick, make sure I didn't mess up anything. Now the mango thing I'm not sure about. Like I said, that's something my neighbor told me, but my neighbor's a pretty cool guy. He knows a lot of stuff. So we'll see if he's right on that one or not. Okay, I think we're brown. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix in, we're going to do the cream cheese first. Now you don't have to do it the way I do over here, but I lay out all my recipes stuff so I know that I have everything and that everything's kind of ready to go. I'm just going to try to stir this up a little bit in here before I dump it in the crock pot. Also, I'm always looking for tips, so place your comments below. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. What I could do better, what I could do worse. Okay, next thing we're going to mix in is the Campbell's cream and mushroom soup. It's going to require a spoon. You guys recognize these? Some of my military friends might recognize that. Alright. I can tell you mixtured in this makes this taste amazing, or at least I hope. We will find out once everything is done. Now The question that I'm kind of thinking now is, did I have a big enough pan for all this? So, that's that. Next thing we mix in is the sour cream, since we already got the cream cheese. Ooh, yeah, that was nice. Splat. I'm thinking this is looking better. Alright, that's done. Now, final ingredient. The mushrooms. I bought the bigger package and chopped them up. I like a lot of mushrooms. Some of my favorites. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. We're not here to impress. We're here to make sure that this thing's all stirred. So, let's check cooking time. Cooking time will be 5 to 6 hours if I don't lose my power. I hear thundering outside. That's never a good thing. I'm seeing everything's pretty well mixed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in. And hopefully it makes it through the day. Alright, cool. I'm going to move the lid out of the way. Turn my stove off. I'm going to remix this again once I get it inside here. So what we're doing is making a lot of dishes for Rudy for next day. But also hopefully making an awesome recipe. So turn this way. Make sure I don't put it on the hot stove burner I just put in. Now, shove this concoction into here. Stir it. Put it into, let's see, it says 5 or 6 hours or until it's tender. So we're going to do high 6 hours. Actually, we're going to do low at 6 hours. Adjust the thing on here. Put the lid on. Ladies and gentlemen, for the moment, that's the mess. You'll get a picture as soon as I get this out in about 6 hours. If this worked out, it'll get posted. If it didn't, I'll apologize. Thanks for hanging out with me. Till next time, take care.